So the individual who made that shocking second allegation towards Dan Wooton is speaking out and is informing us that Dan has indeed reacted. Hey guys, it's Morali. Hopefully you guys are all doing well today. Back in again with another video. If you have not subscribed, click that button. I would really appreciate it, guys. Click that button and subscribe to the channel, and let's get straight into this video. So with these, harsh allegations that have come forth from Kevin Sunderland, he has continued today with a few other messages in response to his initial allegation about Dan going absolutely viral. He said, "For the record, threatening me with lawyers does not dissolve you of any crime. That's just a typical reaction that you would expect to receive from someone like that. You know exactly what happened that night. Hashtag Dan Wooton." So in this tweet, he's basically saying that Dan has responded. He's responded via his lawyers over what Kevin has said. "To the smear campaign that's already in operation, you can spin and skew all the details of my past all you like. Throw in some made up extra details for the narrative you want. I wouldn't expect anything less. Dan Wooton is still a R word, and that's a fact." He's saying it as a fact, guys. Much saying it as a fact. So he's open to being sued for libel, for defamation, for etc. because he's saying that this happened as a fact. I don't think somebody in his position would say such strongly, publicly, that something happened as a fact if it did not happen. Please. The first tactic is to try and label them a fantasist. Next is to attack their mental health and then go after their family. This code of conduct is right out of the Predator's playbook. We've all seen how these things go. I'm not going anywhere. You will not silence me. So very strong messages from this, alleged victim who's come forth, basically confirming that Dan has seen the allegations and also has reacted to them via his lawyers. However, he's saying that these are not allegations. This is a fact. This is exactly what has happened, etc., etc., etc. Now, there seems to be a newspaper, Politicalite is what they're called, and they're obviously, discussing this sex worker and saying that, he's a rent boy and using a lot of these derogatory terms or discussing his past. His past about, whatever he may have done wrong, which nobody is disputing, has got nothing to do with the allegations that he's made about Dan. They don't correlate. So why are people discussing that past? It doesn't make any sense to me. Using words like rent boy and etc. are derogatory to these sex workers, and which is why nothing gets done. There are a lot of sex workers, believe me, I know, who go through a lot of horrific stuff by grown men who have the power, and when you go to the police to try and make some remands or try to say, look, here's a video or something like that, the police don't do anything. Stats add up. The statistics are all there to see that sex workers are largely disrespected by the police force all over the world, especially in the UK. They don't wish to do anything. They prolong out the cases completely, and they take an extremely, extremely long time. But when it comes to people with power like Hugh Edwards, the police were very quick to say that no criminal activity took place in this investigation. So, it's very interesting. One is very largely public and popular and with power. Others who are coming to say these men are abusing us or doing stuff to us, the police turn you away, prolong the cases, nothing happens in any capacity. And this person said that he went to the police. So his only other choice is to go public because he's seen somebody else speak out about him. And a lot of people say, well, the first person, how can you find those videos behind the washing machine? Who does that, etc. He did say in his story that he was doing the laundry. He did say that he was doing his laundry and he saw it in the corner of his eye as he was bending down doing his laundry. And that does sound realistic to me as well, guys. These are only allegations as of right now. We don't have any evidence, and that is the issue when it comes to cases like this. But historical sexual abuse can count as a form of evidence without actually seeing stuff. It's very complicated, but I stand with a victim who comes forth that talks about being drugged and R-worded. I think that says a lot about people if you don't stand with the victim who's come forth with their story, and just to see where this goes. But yet again, he's publicly said, this is a fact. This is what happened to me. He's not saying this is an allegation. He's not scared about the lawyers or being, you can't sue somebody for defamation if they're not defaming you. You can't sue somebody for defamation if something actually did happen and there is truth to it and that his own story. You can't sue somebody. And there's only so many people that Dan can sue and spend a lot of money on, because there are two people who've come forth so far. And when it's more than one, I think that, we should listen to these stories. What world do we live in now where we don't listen to victims? Because if it was Phil Schofield and more victims came out, people would listen to the victims. So are we just being selective on who we like and dislike, which I think is very unfair? And I think that, we should have empathy for the victims and just see where this goes. I'm not sitting here saying Dan is XYZ, because as of right now, these are allegations and allegations only. However, I do feel victims do need empathy and support in this moment of time, and that is all that I am saying as of right now. period. So let me know your thoughts are when it comes to this. He has spoken out more and has confirmed that he has reacted, and he has basically said, I am not going anywhere, you will not silence me. I do know some of you guys say that I speak very quickly. There are features on the YouTube video which you can use to slow down the video if I speak way too fast for you. I'm from London, we speak very fast, and it is a bad habit. I don't have a teleprompter in front of me. I'm not on a news channel. This is a YouTube video, so it's more personalized. So that's why, you know, the words aren't really spaced out. It's just me talking like I'm talking to friends. So that's why I end up speaking quite fast. But there is historically a vast amount of young boys and girls, young men and young women as well, a large collective of people who end up going into sex work to survive and meet men who are very abusive to them and drug them up and R-word them. I've been through those experiences, and the police do not care. They do not care. So where do you go? Where do you go? Where do you go? Let me know your thoughts are when it comes to this, guys. Subscribe to the channel, click that button for daily and consistent content, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys soon for another video.